Yes! Very nice too.
Did the pedal and everything. Hi! Hi!
Hi! Hello and welcome to All About the Bass. I'm Nathan.
I'm Lee. Nice to see you.
Should we swap places?
Yes, mate, let's do it.
So, what are we looking at today, Lee?
Today we have the Laney Digbeth Preamp, the bass preamp pedal that they've just released, which is really exciting because we covered the new range of Digbeth Laney gear in this part of this year. So
yeah, the amps.
That's right. Yeah, I think there's what 300 or a 200 watt and a 500 watt head and some cabs. So
you may well have seen that video. If you haven't, why not?
Yes, we could maybe put a link up here somewhere if you fancy watching it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But check that out if you haven't seen the full range. But this is basically getting that idea into a nice compact preamp pedal. So
so this is the front end of those amps.
Yep.
In a very tiny box.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Which is great. So obviously the uses are that many.
Yeah,
and various. You could use it for just recording.
Yep.
So ampless recording, because we have a DI out. You can go straight into your digital audio workstation.
Yes, yes.
Or you could use it for practicing at home because it's got a headphone socket on it.
Yeah.
Or you could use it on stage if you don't want to use an amp. You could go straight into the PA.
Yep, absolutely.
Or you can just use it like we've got it here. You're listening to it DI'd. We've got it going straight into an amp, so you can use it just as the preamp for your amplifier.
Yeah, so you're stacking it just in front of your amp if you want to do it that way. But yeah, as you said,
the uses are multiform and various.
Absolutely, yeah. And even if you're using that, say it's multi-use, so you can take that just to be as compact as possible, taking gear to the gigs.
Yeah.
But get home from the gig and without setting up your amp, if you want to do a little bit of midnight practicing, you just plug your stuff into this.
And if you've got a door that won't stay open, so it'll do
door
that.
stop too.
See, they thought of everything.
That's it.
Doesn't mention that in the manual, funny enough.
No. But yeah, actually what it does mention, I'll show you. So run through some specs. This is a double channel preamp pedal, as we said. It's got a bit of a drive section to it as well. So it's kind of based on either tube or FET preamp stages. So
yeah, the FET is a transistor stage.
That's it.
Simulation. And
you've got tube is sort of more of a valve sort of tone to it as well. So you can either run those separately or blended together, which we'll show you how to do. The nice little feature, which is the tilt function just here, which you'll see, which is basically, they describe it as a seesaw, which it's a seesaw EQ.
Yeah.
So you can set your EQ up, but then you can, if you want it a little bit more treble sort of based or more bassy based.
You say nice little feature. I don't know. I'm not convinced about that.
You're not convinced?
I'm not convinced about that.
Do you know what? I think for just that little bit of tweaking, it might come in handy, but we'll see. We'll see.
Fine.
Yes. 3-band EQ or 4-band? I would say 4-band.
That's 4-band.
It's 4, isn't it? You've got low and high mid.
Yeah.
They do say 3-band in the manual.
Well, it's 4, man.
It's 4.
I can see 4.
I can see 4.
I can't see anything because I haven't got my glasses on, but there is definitely 4.
There's definitely 4.
And you've got a nice sort of frequency selector on the low mid. You've got a 3-way a frequency selector on
absolutely.
That boost.
You'll see them just here. Yeah, and that's absolutely right. So you can change the scope of the low mid section before you even sort of play around with it, as you say. So, and some nice switchable foot switch options here as well. So you can either use this as a bypass, as you can see, bypass or mute, switchable just here. Or this you can use as, say, if you wanted to mix the both channels, or you just have it as a tube, which you select it from there as well. So lots in a little box.
Yeah,
really is.
It does a lot. It does a lot. But I guess maybe people are more interested in what it sounds like.
Too right. Shut up, Lee. I can hear you say. You will say, shouting at the screen.
Nobody's
Shut
saying
up and
that.
play.
Nobody's saying that. So go on then. Let's do a bit of something.
Cool. All right. So what we got here? We've got at the moment, I believe. So when you're bypassing, as we've got it switched to bypass.
Should we just have a look? Listen to that.
Yeah. So that's
this is straight through.
Straight through. And then engage. Oh, okay, I'll start playing. So that's the kind of basic sound of the pedal coming in. So now we can play around with the EQ here. I will move around as well if you have to keep an eye on my fingers, as it were, just to see what EQ I'm selecting for the low-mid stage as well.
Okay.
But then we'll get onto the drive stuff separately. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. Okay, right, so...
EQ?
Maestro, would you please? Yeah, and I'll start fiddling around as you do work your magic.
All right, mate.
Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. So that is purely just EQ, all EQ stuff you're hearing there, just playing around with different features.
Okay.
So we haven't played with the tube drive. So when you bring this in, you can even use it as like a blend, just to beef up the FET sound, as it were, or use it as a separate channel, just as like a drive channel, as it were, just on its own. So let's try combining. So you'll see just this switch here at the moment is switched to mix. So this is when you're both in at the same time. I will choose tube first. So let's have a play around with the drive on its own. Where are we going to go? Start it midway. It's pretty pokey, so I'll keep the volume down here first. And then, as you'll see, as I go through, I will change that to mix, and then bring in some of the FET volume as well.
Sounds very exciting. Woo! Shall we go?
Do it.
Yeah?
Like it. Yeah, man.
What do you think? Well, it's all very musical, isn't it? You know, the EQ and the fuzz. It's not harsh or anything. It's quite.
No. And there's a nice balance there between, I think, just how loud you're playing, how hard you particularly play, you know, and how your bass is reacting as well.
Yes.
It can, you know, you can feel that as I'm moving it. It's sort of just getting to the sweet spot for that particular thing. But obviously, everyone's ears are different. You're going to hear sounds in there that you prefer over us, and vice versa. But definitely musical, man. Like loads that you can do with that. This is very, very powerful. This tilt, this seesaw, which is you might not need too much of it, but when you like going around to the bass side, for example, you really feel that extra low end coming through. But I think that's nice. There's a nice little sweet spot of keeping. That was particularly just tube drive volume lower and the FET volume higher in particular, and that's giving it a little bit of bite with the drive, but still clarity, you know. So I like it.
You like it? Okay, good. Is that it? Kind of on the sound front?
Pretty
Did you cover
much.
all the bases?
Pretty much. The only thing we didn't show is just the mute switch. Oh, we can show you. Basically, if you switch it to that, this mutes it. So instead of bypassing it for a straight amp sound, so if you wanted to keep these sounds separate, so you just engage this as one sound, for example, you can just switch it over and use it as a mute switch. A mute.
Yeah, I know, I see. No, that's good. The bypass is good. So basically the bypass bypasses all of this, but you've still got a through signal, right?
Absolutely.
So you've just got your clean bass still goes through.
You've got your FET sound, yep. Over.
Swap it over, you get a mute. So then you can take your plug out, swap your instrument over, or use your tuner, or whatever. You know what I mean? And you don't get any nasty noises.
That's it.
We like that. That's very good.
And you're back to go.
Input-wise, we've got passive and active on this side. There's a little link jack there.
Good shout. Yeah, I read in the manual as well. It's all like silent switching as well. So I know if you're using
switching.
Yeah, multiple pedals, and you know, at the same time, that's going to be as quiet as they can get it.
Okay. Requires a 9-volt power supply, obviously.
Yes. Does not come with it.
No, you need to source your own 9-volt 100 milliamp power supply. Headphone socket, very useful for practicing, and not annoying the wife or neighbours or whatever. Aux in, so you can plug in your MP3 player, whatever phone, and play along with your favourite tunes. Source here for the DI out, that's post or pre.
Yes.
Okay, so that means you can have it not affected going to front of house.
Yeah, so for example, we're on post, so you're hearing everything we do at the moment.
Yes, but if you put it into pre, then it'll just be a flat signal that comes out there. Very useful for recording. We've got a ground lift, which we found was very useful earlier.
Yes.
Because when we didn't have it engaged, it was a lot of noise going on.
Yeah.
Anything your side?
And then just around here, we've got an effects loop, which is really, really handy as well. So if you want to separate out any of the effects and time-based effects in your chain, you put it through there. So
well, I have to say that it does an awful lot, this box. So I would imagine, you know, it's going to be quite expensive, is it?
Well, you would think, Nathan. You would think. Yeah, I just checked. So, £149 right now. Yeah,
what?
December 2021.
What?
I don't know.
That seems unbelievably inexpensive.
Yeah, I double checked with the powers that be. But that is apparently the price, £150.
Because, you know, for a lot of these boxes that do similar things, you could easily pay £100 more than that, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And more.
Yeah, and to be honest, not with everything that is kind of switchable and manoeuvrable for what you need, you know. So,
well, I think that's a bargain.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bargain is the word. And yeah, if you like the sound of the amps, if you've had experience with the amps as well, and say you want to be more portable with it, or this is your first time getting introduced to the range, definitely give it a try if you're looking for something that's going to fit on your board and you can be more portable with. It's really good.
Yeah. Laney Digbeth. Digbeth from the Black Country.
Black Country, yeah.
Apparently, you can't say Birmingham or the Midlands because they get very offended about that.
Yeah.
It's from Birmingham.
No, it's not. Don't say that. It's from Digbeth. It's from Digbeth.
Black Country, and apparently, unless I've got it wrong, and it's completely the opposite.
No, you're right.
Sorry, everybody. But yeah, fantastic. I think that's great value for money, and well worth it, you know.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants a little stocking filler,
come and give her a try.
There you go.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. Well, there you go. The Digbeth, a DB Pre.
You're on it.
I like it. Do you like it?
I like it too.
He likes it. He loves it. Great stuff. All right, well.
Lovely to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Purple friends.
Both rocking the purple. Look at that.
Purple
Purple twins. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't even know what to talk about. We just match telepathically.
We did actually. We synchronised, didn't we? Without even. Yeah. Well, there you go. See. So that's all you need to know. I'll stop rambling. If you've enjoyed it, please. What do they do? There's some stuff in there.
Yeah, there's links below. There's things to click if you want more information on everything we talked about today. If you can click the bell, subscribe. There's more videos up here. Anything you'd like to choose from would be much appreciated.
Yeah, so, do all that.
Join us again.
Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been all about the bass. I've been Nathan.
I've been Lee.
We'll see you next time.
Ta-ta!
Bye.